Hello everyone, welcome to Paul Vickery Fishing. Today I'm going to be trying to catch some pike in this place here. It's one of my favourite spots on the whole of the River Eden. It's an absolute crop pool. Big ones in here. Let's hope we can catch some. If you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button down there and give her a thumbs up for likes and notifications. Likes are free, they don't cost anything, so click that button. My little tricks whilst I'm pike fishing, particularly in places like this where I know there's a lot of bleak, is ground bait. Nice ground bait. I've got loads of it. It's just crumb, but you get all the bleak going. See, look, there's a few bleak top in there, and I can guarantee before too long the old pike will turn up and they'll start having a feast, and then I'll present probably a dead bait, probably only a foot or two deep, or I might catch a live bleak and put it on that single treble rig and try and keep attracting the pike into the cloud, and then bingo. Good little tip, that one. I've also brought along with me a pint of maggots just to keep those silverfish in the swim. So just keep trickling a few of them in. Try to be accurate as you would if you were float fishing. Makes a difference. There's already some fish swirling around out there. Mr. Pike won't be long in turning up. This is what I love about pike fishing, when that float starts to sail away and then you connect. Oh, he let go. Bollocks. Shit. I was a bit hasty striking that time. Should have left him a bit longer. Bugger. Cast it back out there. Have another go. Shit. Hopefully he won't have spooked. Sometimes they go straight on it again. I do love that when that float goes under. Yeah, when that float goes under, you just never know how big or small it might be. It just, oh, look. Look at that massive big swell. I was saying about that's a pike going for all the bleak where I've been chucking in the ground bait. I love it when a plan comes together. Feeling all excited, probably blank. Ooh. That float's just bobbed again. I think it go under in a minute. Just did something very strange. You can focus in on it a bit better. What's it doing? Just bobbed a bit. I don't know whether it was. It's a free running rig through the float, and sometimes the braid just gets stuck on the float a bit, but it definitely did something. Might have been the. Oh, look at that! It's exciting stuff. I think what I need to do, this second float, I've got that on the bottom. I might shallow up a bit, and hopefully, I mean, they might only be jacks, but it definitely, the ground bait definitely works. So if you're pike fishing, try and fish it like you were trying to catch some roach. Just fish nice and neat and sweet. Keep feeding. Get the silvers in there, the pike will follow. It's pretty simple. See, look at that. I might just film this for a while. There's loads of them out there. I think I'm going to have to shallow that up in a minute. Oh. Great entertainment. It's a proper crop pool. You've got to be careful not to mix the ground bait up too hard, because otherwise it sinks to the bottom. That's not what we're trying to achieve. What's that one up to? Not a lot. What you do run the risk of when doing this is just getting the fish to totally into eating bleak. And then if you haven't got a live bleak, or if they're not taking the dead baits, you can, but I'm thinking I'll go and catch myself a bleak in a minute, because if they keep smashing in the surface layers and they're not taking my dead baits, it's sort of defeating the object. As exciting as it is to see pike smashing into fish. Ooh, it's such fun, pike. Let's reel this rod in and shallow it up a bit. Right, I've shallowed that up to fish about 2 foot. So it's going to be drifting through a little bit. So I'll probably have to work it a little bit. Cast it, work it, cast it, work it. But hopefully we'll get something. See, look, there's one smashing something already over there. In fact, don't work within half an hour. I'll set up another rod and try and catch a little bleak. That was a big one. It's crazy. Poor bleak population, don't know what hit them. Something I will... Oh, there's another one. Jesus. Something I will say about when you see loads of bleaks scattering, it is always a predatory fish, but I have seen it down the river where a little leery little perch, like wasps, like this big, are chasing into the bleak, and they all go flying, and it's like a little tiny perch this big. They're a bunch of scaredy cats, bleak. They do scatter, I suppose, because they're bottom of the food chain and they're gonna get eaten. But I know these are pike where you've seen the videos. There's loads of them in here. I think that one's starting to go again. Yep, it's definitely going. Right. Here we go. This pike are bloody crafty. He just stopped then. It's hard to tell sometimes. I think he's still on there. I'm going to count to 10 and hit it. I've had a few lately where they're not, they do a couple of bobs and then nothing. Drop take. I think they're feeling a bit of resistance. Could be crayfish that are getting into this thing, because this carcass is ruined. Let's get a few more casts out of it. Those sort of drop runs are a bit of a nightmare, and we're never quite sure how long to wait with pike. Generally, oh, there's another one out there. Generally, like 10 to 20 seconds. It's a hard one. The other day when I was fishing, it literally like that, like a crayfish, and it moved about 3 inches and didn't do anything. And I hit it after I counted to 10 seconds. It didn't move at all. And I hit it, and I had a big one on and then lost it. And then later on that afternoon, in the same spot, once again, just literally just a wobble on it, and it moved 6 inches and then did nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I counted to 20 seconds that time, and then struck, and it was an 18 pounder. It was hooked right in the bottom. There's loads of them out there. It was hooked right in the bottom of its mouth, so I wouldn't want him to wait any later, but because after 10 seconds of hitting that first one and I lost it, I waited a bit longer. But so subsequently I've set up the floats very sensitive. I have a few casts, but it's just a sliding float, a few casts with the weight to find where the bottom is, and then just set the weight just off the bottom, like you were lift float fishing, so that if something, I've only got the trace laying on the deck, about half the trace, so if something touches that, I know it straight away. So yeah, just, and gone for, I was on really small like perch bob, 5 gram floats, little tiny 5 gram floats after that, and that was the one that was just bobbing a tiny bit. I've gone up a little bit. These are 15 gram floats, just because you're short range, you don't need something massive. I think that might be 20, that one. But if you're casting more than 20-30 yards across a wind, you do need something a bit bigger. But yeah, surprisingly, I suppose these pike do get fished for quite a bit. You do need to be a bit sensitive. Wouldn't think it, would you? Big ugly pike and all the heavy equipment that you use. So I was just going to set up my rod for catching some bleak, and I've just realised that I haven't got a reel. I'm getting such a mess because I'm doing so many different styles of fishing all the time. I had the reel, my spare reel, because I've just posted my other reel which died in the video I did yesterday. I've just posted my other reel to Darwa to fix it, and my spare reel was set up for a live bait rod for perch yesterday, and that's where it is. I thought it was in my bag, I didn't check, so I brought out a light ledger rod, but necessity is the mother of invention. So I'm just going to use this light ledger rod. It's a really light ledger rod, I quite like it, with some 3.5 pound line, and use it as a flick tip whip. And because I'm only catching bleak, so just going to set up a little line, just like that. See what we can catch. Might do a bit of sport actually, quite looking forward to it. But before that happens, just getting a run on that live chub. Oh, not live chub, the small chub, but it's stopped. Oh, no, it's still going, look. Right, there's something on there. See what I mean? They're not much of a bite. If you weren't paying attention, you could have missed that. So now what do you do? It's not doing anything. It's always the risk that it's a big one just sitting on there eating that. I think I've got to hit it. Yeah, I just lifted into that. There's nothing there. That was on the mackerel again, and judging by the state of the carcass, pretty certain they're crayfish chewing the crap out of it. Albeit that one over there that towed it, they don't very often tow it that far, unless there was another one come along and go, "Oi, I want a bit of that." No, it's mine. The first one was definitely a pike, but I think that second one was probably a crayfish. Right, let's set up our little whip. That bait's off again. This time I don't think that's a crayfish. I think that's a pike. Yep, it's a pike. Ah, let go, bugs. We'll catch one today. That's it on the feet. Bollocks! Like, just doing a bit of bleak fishing. As expected, they're very obliging. I think I've had 6 in 6 casts. So I'm going to get 3 or 4 more, and then see, they're tiny, 3 or 4 more. But I did prepare for this last night. I set up some single treble rigs for just such an occasion. Because, oh, there's another one. There's a bigger one. They're the sort of ones we want. Lovely. So I'm going to put have 8 or 9 in my net, and then change over to a live bait. Won't take long to get 8 or 9. Here's another one. That one. Might even get me a perch. That'd be good. Albeit the float is, no, it's quite sensitive. Might get a perch. Right. Oh, let's turn that off. There's another one smack. Right, the bleak live bait is in. I am anticipating it going pretty quickly. There's one really enthusiastic. Look at that! And again, oh my god! I don't catch one today. I'm a nut job. So yeah, I was going to say there's one really enthusiastic pike who's been jumping clear of the water. I don't know why he's jumping out. But plenty of them out there. Something with bleak being so weak-willed, I have put the shot right underneath the float, so he's not working against anything too hard because they die quite easily. He's just flapping about on the surface. The pike doesn't take that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Looks good. Oh shit. So thinking about going. That's going. That is going. That's going now. Right, here's a chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. Yeah. Unbelievable. No, definitely not. You were here. Oh yeah, there's bigger than that in here. Yeah, there's some real whoppers. Real whoppers. But I just keep missing them. I don't know how I missed that one. I don't think that was a pike. I think that's something else taking that. I don't know. Very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, lovely spot enjoying it.
Yeah, thank you. How did I miss that one? You guys saw that one, didn't you? Nothing there at all. I don't know whether that was caught up around another fish or something, a line bite. I felt certain I was going to hook that one. Was that 4 bites? From being all exciting and seeing loads of fish, I'm bloody getting a bit worried I might not catch one. Sucks law, isn't it? Fishing's never simple. It is weird. Apologies about this next bit coming up. I got in a bit of a muddle. I had 2 bites on each rod, one after the other, and I was pausing and stopping, and oh my god, didn't manage to record very much other than this brief glimpse of a pike coming up. Apologies, no professional me. Yeah, another one. That's it. Bye bye. Whew. I'm contented now that it's all happened, but yeah, I was a bit worried that second one might have taken it a bit deep, but luckily it spat the hook out quite easily. Yeah, and the live perch, live bleak obviously worked, which I knew it would. There's only a couple of jacks, but it's a bit of a numbers game with pike sometimes, you know, they're not all 20-pounders. I wish they were. I don't, actually. I'd like to catch another 20-pounder. Yeah, would like to catch another 20-pounder. Right, let's get these rods out here. Catch some more. I'm moaning about bleak being weak-willed, and I can't believe it, that bleak is still alive after I caught that pike. That's a rare thing. Gudgeon are the best. They're hard as nails, gudgeon. You can fish a gudgeon live bait all day and put him back, and he still fights to or lives to fight another day. Unbelievable fish. And a bit of a result, my little chub deadbait is come back, so I like it when you can use a bait twice. That was a bit exciting. Now that one, for some reason over there, is going a wandering. Again. think that is a bite. I'm going to get this live bait out of the way. There. Right, let's get ready. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That feels a bit better fish. They're angry. Even faucet's gone. So let's try and just unhook him in the water. No trouble there. Okay. I like it when you can do them like that. Don't have to get your body near any horrible treble hooks, just nice and sweet. There's some big ones in here. I've had 3 doubles out of here in the last week, so I think we've just got to keep wading through these little jacks. Right everyone, thanks for watching. That's enough of my catching pike. Hope to see you another day. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down there and click up there for more content. See you soon. Hang on a minute, this session wasn't over. I still had rods in the water whilst I was filming that. I came back after 20 seconds and boom. Can you believe I was just doing an end for my video and I've caught this absolute behemoth. I'll show you on the things. It is an absolute donkey. Look at that beautiful fish. My God, I've weighed it. It's 23 pounds minus the net, which is a £1.10. So it's 20 something. Oh, I'm well made up. Well made up. Oh, 6 weeks of solid piking and I caught this beast. All right, let's get her back. She is well recovered. Oh, look at the back on it. There you go, girl. Go and eat some more bleak. Freaking hell. Hell yeah! That's why I like pike fishing. Fucking hell. £20 pike are just something else. I've caught £20 pike, carp. They don't do nothing. £20 pike leave you shaking. Go and catch one.